Yeah, so I just developed that forward role at Williamstown and just did 3 years there as being a permanent forward, and did a little bit in the midfield there when one of the mids would come forward and do a few flips and stuff. But I was predominantly a forward, and then I think getting into the AFL, I showed that I had the defensive side in VFL. I probably was more of a goal kicking forward, more of an attacking minded forward, but I did have a defensive side as well. And then so I came to Freo, and I knew that how valued the role of being a pressure forward is becoming in the AFL, and it's sort of a newish role. Like it hasn't been around for a long time, because the way the game used to be played, it was all attacking and it was one-on-one defence and stuff like that. So
but at Freo, it was valued. I mean, like Ross Lyon built those grand final years on pressure forwards, right?
100%, yeah. So I knew coming into the team, and I knew with Ballas going out that if this is a role that I'm going to be able to take, it's going to be Ballas.
Yeah.
So I just tried to stick to him as close as I can, and guys like him and Sonny, because I knew with Sonny I could get the natural forward, just that craft and just the knowledge he has is just like unbelievable. So I knew if I could learn some off him and then learn what Ballas knows about just being that mongrel forward, then it's going to hold me. I'm surrounded by two of the best guys in the business. So I just I was like a sponge to him. I just learned as much as I possibly could. I only had 1 year with Ballas, but everything he did, I just admire it and just learn from it. And then I suppose at the end of that first year, I was like, well, I think that pressure forward is what my strengths really are now, because of the effort I can put in when I'm on defence and stuff like that. And I know that if you have a good enough defensive intent, then the rewards coming back the other way in attack they're gonna fall into your favour anyway. So going into the games, I just have a really defensive mindset, and I know that if there's one thing I control, it's my pressure. I can't control how many times I get the ball, what I do with it when I've got it, because it's so unpredictable. But if I can control one thing, I know that I'm always going to be able to put pressure on, and that's sort of one thing Ballas taught me: just be a prick, and the ball will bounce your way. Like, I don't know if you believe in the footy gods, but I certainly do, and I feel like if you do the hard yards on the field, then the favours will fall your way, and that's just the motto I sort of go by.
The footy gods. I haven't heard that for a while. Adrian Hickmott, my favourite coach of all time, spoke about the footy gods. Just do the right thing and it'll just fall your way. Fans would see, I think fans of Freo see you as a Hayden Ballantyne type, just less of a pest. Like, and I say that with all love. Played a lot of footy with Ballas, love him as a bloke, but you have the defensive nature, the pressure, the pissed off emotional side, but you just seem like less of a pest. Is that fair?
I think
or are you
so.
Still a pest? I've never played against you. We had a look. I'd never played against you.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to tell you.
As like a fan of West Coast and like Bella's playing against your team, you're always like, oh, fuck, Hayden Ballantyne.
Everyone hates Bellas if you're a West Coast fan.
No one hates. You play a similar role, but I'm not like, oh, fuck, Lachie Schultz, you know? I'm not like angry.
Maybe you need to lift your game a little bit.
Oh, no, mate. Yeah.
Well, you still dominate. It's more just like, it's just more about the like, I don't know why I don't like that guy, but I do.
Well, it's interesting you said about Ballantyne and Walters, right? In my mind, when you're speaking about that, you've got characteristics of Ballantyne, but you've left a few apart, and you've kind of taken the Walters side a little bit. Like Mickey Walters looks like a little bit more of a calm character than Ballas out there, whereas Ballas is just trying to, get someone around. Yeah, that's fine. That's how he used to do it. Is that fair? You sort of tried to take the best of both of them? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think, they've got completely different mindsets going into the game. Sonny gets as fired up as anyone I know, but it's more himself, and it's more to sort of razz himself up and get himself up and about, whereas Ballas was like, I'm just going to smash as many blokes as I can and bring as many blokes along for the ride as I can.
Yes.
So I have that mindset in trying to smash blokes and just make as much of a contest and make it as hard as I can for the other opposition defenders. But I just, probably because I'm so mentally fragile myself that I know if I try and get in their heads, they're going to get in mine twice as bad.
That's great. You're having a laugh about that. That's unreal.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find that balance still. I'd still like to get a bit more mongrel out of me and
Don't have to be anyone else but yourself, mate.
try and piss off a few players that are sort of doing a bit to us and hurting us. But
Just aim for the fans like Dan. Piss Dan off and then you know you're going right.